Oh wait. Oh, forgot to. Sorry. Making. Okay, there we go. Now I'm streaming on YouTube. Now we can begin. Welcome to DollHouse, my friends. For any first-time viewers that may be watching on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or on Decentraland, I would like to personally welcome you. My name is Sinful, and I am your host for Beyond the NFT. I see at the top I've messed up one of my sponsors. I accidentally blocked this. No, no, no. We want Dr. Drip up at the top. My apologies. We love Dr. Drip. Make sure to check out all his wearables in the wearable marketplace. This show was brought to you by Dr. Drip himself. Wink, wink. Love you, Drip. It's so nice to see each and every one of you tonight. Even though some of you are ghosts and a little scary, I might have to run away and come back and check up on you guys and see if you are still ghosts. But I think it's a great time for me to stop rambling and get into introducing our guest for this evening. Our guest is a Twitter Space host. He is a wearable designer, and if you know him, you know he is always willing to give a helping hand. Everyone, let's give it up for 1Existence.
Yay. Hello, hello. How is everyone? I hope you're enjoying your pizzas today. I have yet to get mine, but we'll give the kiosk another go before the night's over. So thank you for having me, Simple. Thank you very much. Appreciate you don't know it seems like it's a milestone, I would say, of sorts. There's a lot of you in the community that whether you want it or not, you have a bit of a authority figure, or how do you call it, mentors, people that have been there, people look up to and respect and look for guidance. So it means a lot to be here. It really does.
Thank you, thank you. Here, let me shift. I don't know if you're seeing on the screen, but I have your stickman on screen.
All right, good.
And actually your little
Give them a little wave.
yeah, here, let me make some adjustments. And thank you so much for the kind words, 1Existence. We're all in this together. We all have to help each other out. And I'm happy that, I've finally managed to have you on the show tonight. Um, I guess before we can get started, yeah, maybe we can go over your actually, no, no. Better structure, Simple. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself? And then we can get into your pizza dilemma here tonight.
You bet. Well, I'm originally a Western person. Moved out to the West Coast. Now is where I'm at. I got into crypto about 2017. I had been interested in it, heard about it, but knew nobody that knew nobody else that was curious about it or anything. Till one day I did meet somebody, and since then I have dove into the blockchains. When the first time ETH gas prices went through the roof, it forced me to look elsewhere and started my exploration of different blockchains. I ended up on one called Wax for a while, and got sucked in. For some reason, I have an affinity towards gnomes, and there was one one of the NFT projects was about gnomes. So I hung out there for a while, and that's for several years. And then I had I had checked into Decentraland once early, but I don't think I found anything to keep me there at the time. Uh so come last year, almost a year, like the CBD and others I know coming up on their 1 year, I got on Twitter, got into the metaverse, and met some people that started my journey into Web3. So started with blockchain, and then
What
came the metaverse, and I'm excited about that. Just
what
unbelievable.
what was the first cryptocurrency you ever bought?
Um, it was, that's, I can't say for sure. Good bet it was some Bitcoin, but I was more interested in, at that time, Litecoin, Dash, XLM,
Okay.
and some others,
We're
and
talking
which I
like
dabbled in a little bit too. I'm
2016,
sorry, what?
2017, around that range.
2017.
Yep.
Yeah, 2017. So yeah, it was before one of the first big crashes,
So
and
diving into crypto, what was the potential that you kind of saw in these virtual tokens that, a lot of people seem to think that are completely worthless? What did you see in them?
I saw, well, the potential for I would like to say fast transactions and crossing borders. However, sometimes, especially with Matic, just recently trying to transfer something, it was held up for like 2 3 days. I'm like, well, there goes that. Um, that is being a reason to go towards crypto, but I know there's still bugs. There's still things to work out. Sometimes it gets busy. For the most part, I see it as um making giving poor countries or a better chance as well, um making the playing level possibly more even,
Hmm.
maybe hopefully someday. And then I was particularly interested in XLM with which I can't believe it's just kind of starting to surface now. But when I was introduced to XLM 4 or 5 years ago, they were talking about a house being a token, and the mortgage and the address and all the details or whatnot, all on an NFT, that if you sold that NFT, you sold the house as well. Same with cars. That's what made me bullish on XLM, which has done okay. I mean, it hasn't gone great, but I still have some hope for that one. But it's just now kind of starting to remanifest again. It makes me laugh. I'm like, well, whatever happened back then?
Hmm.
And when I started then too, they were talking about the ID. There were coins out there that were supposed to be your identification for everything IRL and Web3, and nothing ever came forth. Looking back, I guess it could still be being worked on. Things do take time, I guess. So
Yeah, totally. I mean, if I'm like looking at it like through like the previous bull runs to like kind of judge like between tokens, like you can kind of say that in this last bull run, it seems like XLM did not jump as high as like the other tokens that came out around its time, but like kind of like the idea that they had for it, it seems like, it just seems like so ideal, like like holding deed information within the blockchain, or like having like as you mentioned, like an ID. um Even though like I do think that like recently, like kind of there have been some efforts to kind of create a crypto ID in a way, I guess, like through soulbound tokens. I know that our friend Oddjob is like the individual that stays on top of it when it comes to soulbound token.
Well, they got the, is it the World Coin or something, where they actually have a machine too that scans you.
Oh, this is new to me. And within the
Ah,
XLM network.
and I'm not going to be able to tell you much more than that. I actually, I again, it's something I had read about years ago, and it just came up again. I don't know if it's just for the eye, retina scan, or if it's a full body scan, but yeah, there's a token that's supposed to hold that information, and everything else. It's supposed to be your resume, it's supposed to be your loan application, your college, your school application, your driver's license. It's supposed to be everything,
Oh,
which is also kind of scary if somebody gets a hold of your wallet.
yeah, I mean, as far as like the future goes with these kinds of concepts, there's definitely going to be like layers of it to develop before it could all like be a solid like a solid thing to adopt. Like like yeah, could you imagine not I feel like in the crypto space we need to solve security before like anything like the masses come in and any adoption happens.
What in my opinion, I mean, yes, along that lines, you can't let people hear the scary things that have happened to some people. um we got to find some ways to make things definitely safer, but easier, and less effort and seamless. Even just creating a wallet or doing a transaction, not 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 including bridging and telling them about DeFi and telling them how to get into the metaverse and what the metaverse is. Just having the wallet and keeping it safe needs to be very simple, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I guess in that topic, I guess it might be a good idea to bring up maybe a little bit of current events. Did you hear about like all the fuss that was going on about Ledger recently, or in like the last week?
Ledger, I did not. I did hear about Beeple and BitBoy a little bit, though.
BitBoy, he's always in the. Okay, so as far as Ledger, they had come out and announced that they were starting like a program, like a seed phrase vault program that Ledger users could opt into for $10 a month, and they would keep your seed phrase safe and like kind of act as a backup for your seed phrase in case you were to lose it. But so whenever you like say it like that, like that part, it sounds kind of like a step in the right direction. And then they kind of fucked it all up by with a secondary announcement saying we've been able to do that already. Like we've been able to do
Oh
all that
no.
for years or whatever. So
And that's supposed to be, they're not supposed to. Oh my, wow.
so
That is messed.
so
Well,
but
the other thing too. I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like on the first thought, like what are your thoughts on that kind of like companies coming out, stepping up and kind of being safeguards for wallet owners, wallet holders.
Well, let me tell you one thing that makes me laugh. I don't do it out loud when people say it, but I've heard it, people say it many times, is, they're talking about your wallet. Keep your seed phrase safe. Write it on a piece of paper. As soon as I hear that, I start laughing to myself. Okay. It doesn't matter where you put that. It's on a piece of paper. How safe do you think a piece of paper is? Well, I don't know how to tell people how to actually keep them safe, because you're not supposed to keep it on your phone. I don't think a piece of paper is all that. I mean, it's a start, and especially if it's in a safe, but I don't think that's the way to go. And I know they got the metal things or whatever you call them, to chip your seed phrase into it. But I just think that's funny. And for them to come out and say that just kind of invalidates a whole lot, because we don't keep your seed phrase on chain. We don't know your seed phrase. We can't help you with it. That just, wow.
Yeah, like think about all the people
wow.
that have already owned a ledger, have owned a ledger for years and have lost their seed phrase and have been told by Ledger that there's nothing they can do.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That's messed up.
It's a little. So I guess that's why there's like a little drama with Ledger going on at the moment. I'm over here still waiting for my Ledger stacks to arrive. I was told March, but we're in May.
Well, let me ask you this: Is that true? Did they did say that? But what did somebody was it some kind of a marketing scheme or joke, or is it actually true?
Crypto Twitter has been going ape shit. Let's see. Oh man, I think it may have been like.
I guess it depends on who said it, too. There's always that, but it doesn't help the situation no matter what. That's just terrible. But it does blow a whole freaking hole in everything, in my opinion, having that done.
Yeah, so
crazy.
So who knows like how this continues, because obviously Ledger is going to continue with this program, and like I'm just personally hoping that in a way, despite all the backlash, it will attract some people from the Web 2 world.
Yeah.
Or grandma,
I agree,
you know?
I agree. It's I don't know. Security breaches, whatever. But again, it's bad enough having to remember your password to sign into everything, and especially when they have different criteria. You have a password that might be 8 characters long, and it works for everything until you come to this one where nope, you got to have 10. So now you got to think of a new one, and then when the time comes to sign into that, after you're still used to one password, or you shouldn't have just one password, you should have many. But anyway, you come back to this one and like, what the hell password did I use? And
you should try all of them.
For people getting older, it's definitely no fun.
So when we started the episode, you had mentioned that you were in distress. You were having pizza distress. Well, can you tell us more information about this happening, and maybe even see how we can fix this?
Let me tell you, once upon a time, it started a few days ago when I guess it would be your sponsor, one of my favorite wearable creators, by the way, Dr. Drip, put a post out about the pizza kiosk. And, well, actually, I think it started even before that. I think it started on your Twitter space a week before with Rustan, and talking about CoinDesk and sending pizzas and the pizza kiosk. So then the kiosk came back through Dr. Drip, and then the party came about for tonight. Oh, and
who's here?
I'd been starving myself. I said I can't eat until I have myself a metaverse ordered pizza. And I can get so far, but it just keeps validating and it won't go through the rest of the way.
Oh
And
man.
we talked about toppings in the ABC Decentraland earlier, and I'm looking for a ham, bacon, jalapeno mushroom pizza. And my mind's set on it, so I got to get it somehow.
Somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way.
So perhaps let's see if we can make a call to action here. Anyone, would you like to help 1Existence get his what what was it
I'll
again? What
pay
were the
you
topics?
Ham, bacon, jalapeno, and mushroom.
Please help him get
With-
his pizza. Help him pay for it in crypto.
I'll send you the crypto first too. I don't care. If you had luck and can order a pizza, I will. Yeah, I'll do it. It wasn't working for me very well, so.
I personally have not tried. Oh, I can validate my address here. I know that I'm too far from a from a Domino's, unfortunately.
Oh,
Like,
that I don't know. Maybe I should check that first too, huh? But I thought it would tell me I couldn't order if it didn't.
all right, gotta pull a move
I'll check that.
on Dream DCL here. Let's go. There we go. I have to say this is my favorite emote. The silly duo emote, the hug and point that I've been doing with everyone.
I have one of those. I remember they sent me one. Oh, speaking not of emotes, but of NFTs, I mentioned to you, and I don't know how you would like to do it, but I have 2 extra face moons that were minted on purpose that I would love to somehow for you to give a couple away.
Of course. Here, we can run it through the Nightbot giveaway here on Twitch stream. So anyone listening, if you would like to enter the giveaway for the Face Moon NFT by Mary Shark, please head on over to Twitch. Just you can type whatever it could be, like "wah," and you'll be eligible for giveaway.
I'm glad Mary made it out of the maze. The Seafoam. Have you been to Seafoam Gardens?
I have not yet, but I've been seeing like many like beautiful pictures.
It is beautiful, but just prepared to bring all 3 bottles of your water with you if you go in, because you may be in there for a while.
Maybe in there for a while. Okay, looks like High CC is eligible. Dr. Drip, let's go. So as everyone begins to type in chat, we'll let it fill up and probably roll a little later. We'll see.
Perfect. And I could throw in an Ocean's Midnight or Moonlight too if they like.
Oh.
That'd be my dress wearable.
Oh, that's your dress wearable? Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
this would be a good time to kind of shift into the wearables that you have published. Here, I have your marketplace open here. Okay, and I have opened the Ocean's Moonlight wearable. What could you tell us about it?
Well, that is the most current. It was off the market for a little while, and I thought about it before I published it. I should have gone forward with it then, but and after being on Dr. Drip's show on Saturday, which I was on there twice. I'm very, very honored to be on that one as well. It got held up for some reason. I was not able to do anything with it, and they weren't getting back to me. Metaverse Fashion Week was coming up, so I stopped worrying about it for then. I figured they're going to have enough on their plate, and it needed some tweaks too. And the way I met the person who created this one, Punk Pink, they had just come into the metaverse like a week or 2 before, and for whatever reason, I still don't really know. They just reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in doing a collab. And we got together and talked about a design. And they said all they asked is that I pay for the submission fee. They would create it based off of input from me, and here we are. And Punk Pink continues to create. Put some they put some avatars on Drawfo for Hyperfy, same as Dr. Drip and Doki. And I think low poly models have added some too. And I believe they're working on a build for Decentraland, but yeah, I was a little worried for a little bit, but everything worked out. I think it looks much better. It's much skimpier looking too, which may be appealing to some people. I think it looks
good
great
right now.
Thank you. I think it looks way good, and it's it's the reason it's called Ocean's Moonlight is it's a abalone shell type design on the dress, and then Punk actually had this idea was for kind of the glowing. They're almost see-through. I don't know what you call them, but it's kind of see-through glowing sides and around the shells. So
okay.
And I won't say names. I sent one to somebody very prominent in the wearable, just in Decentraland, period, and asked them if they would. I wanted their feedback actually, and they gave it back to me, and they gave it back to me very honestly and very nicely, and I appreciated that, and that also led to there being some corrections made. So,
I mean, it's awesome even from kind of the perspective of your supporters that, you can put something out and be so open to kind of like the feedback and be, open to even taking that feedback and applying it into like the correction process. So
well,
go ahead.
Even my hoodie, even on my hoodie, somebody, again, another totally different prominent person in Decentraland, who loves my hoodie. They brought up something about I think it was the cuff was a slightly different colored black or something. So I went back to Hurotokai, who created that one for me, and he made a change real quick, and we got it back through, and voila.
Voila.
So, yeah, I'd rather people be happy with it. I mean, I want them to be happy with it.
Of course. Here. Checking. Oh, here it is. So
ultimately, it's a reflection on me. So
if there was anyone that wanted to purchase your wearable, where would you prefer for them to purchase it at? Drawfo, or would you be okay with marketplace, regular marketplace?
That's a tough question because we need to support through the marketplace. It supports the DAO. I do love Drawfo, and for several reasons, it's cleaner, easier to find things, and then not to mention the fact that you have the opportunity to win mana each month, whether you're a creator or a purchaser. And I will tell you, it's 100% true because I just won I was one of the winners from the last one.
No way.
Yes. So and there was 100 mana put in my wallet. So
I mean, it
happens. It happens.
I like the way that Drawfo is going with incentivizing both the buyer and the creator to like as the creator to advertise to your excuse me, to your to your friends, buy on Drawfo, and then for the buyer to want to buy at Drawfo because it may benefit them if they purchase more items than or are the top purchasers of items within the platform.
Exactly.
Okay, we have Steve asking link to Drawfo, please. Here, I'm dropping the link to 1Existence Drawfo account, my friend.
Yeah,
Um,
if you haven't been to Drawfo, you don't know what it is. You should go check. You should at least go check them out.
so you had mentioned that your hoodie was a collaboration between you and Hiroto Kai. That is freaking amazing, dude. Because like
Thank you.
I know that Hiroto Kai is a legend in the space. How did this collaboration come to be? Like, did you already have the design in mind, or was it something that you two kind of like met in the middle, like bumped into each other, right time, right place?
Well, I met Hiroto Kai in my early beginnings, which was I hosted alongside Biometa um, a Wearable Wednesdays and Fan Art Fridays by the Meta Trekkers, and I know some people may whatever, but they got me my start, and I'm here today because of it. But we did Fan Art Friday and Wearable Wednesdays. That's how I met a lot of people here in Decentraland. Loved doing it, talking to the creators, learning their inspirations, and asking them some fun questions. In particular, Odd Job and Goldilocks, I remember very well. And it's how I met Lovely 17. But eventually, Hiroto Kai was one that came through, and I was given the opportunity to create a wearable with him, and he let me do the design. He threw in some advice. He said, you know, told me a bunch of things, and this was after he had been gone for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know about him. I just heard he was a legend when he came in, and that's all it took. And I can see that he was at one. He still is. He's still a legend. But I wanted to do something that I thought was for the, you know, everybody's talking about the community. So I wanted to do something that represented the community. And I went looking, and I came across this symbol. And if you look at the hoodie, it's kind of like 2 half squares back to back and a line through it, and arrows pointing or out through the middle of it, kind of thing. But that's called an NTEASE symbol.
Okay.
Spelled NTEASEE. And it comes out of Ghana. And what it represents is a community coming together to resolve conflict. And I thought that blew my mind. I'm like, that is so cool. That is so cool. That's what a community should do. Is come together and resolve conflicts, even if those conflicts are within the community or outside the community.
Totally.
And then on top of that, I added the white jasmine, and the five petals of the white jasmine represent compassion, selflessness, patience, modesty, and the one that means the most to me, integrity. I thought, oh, that's perfect. I threw that on top. I threw both of those on top of the Decentraland community, the Decentraland logo, and then I chose the colors of blue and green because that falls into the colors same ideology as everything else involving that symbol that I put on there.
Wow.
Then it had to be RGB. Sorry.
So
Had to be RGB.
a lot of thought and went into this, and that is amazing to, you know, put so much thought. And even like on the creation side of things, you know, the wearable be made by Hiroto Kai, like holy crap. That
I know. I was like, this is my first time, and it's this Hiroto Kai I hear so much about. And you know, another cool thing is, I haven't talked to him for the longest time, but all of a sudden I'm in a project with him, and you know, and I'm in it because of him. He tweeted he was working on a game for an NFT project that looked kind of cute. So I looked into it and I went and bought one. And after that, I find out who's kind of leading the charge with them is somebody I worked with, had the opportunity to meet and interview for a Beat Trekkers session, Category 5.
Okay. Oh, yes, yes.
And called the Nihilings, which once you heard that both of those two legends were a part of it, it encouraged you to go take a look and join in. And there's stuff coming. But the big thing was it would have failed, but the community loved loved it so much they took it over. And Hirokai's building a game. They've done some AR stuff with it. They're moving to Polygon. They're gonna move to Polygon. I'm working on a collab with Decentraland Games, hopefully sometime in the near future. It'll be an ice poker. There'll be some ice poker Nihilings wearables, and within the next few days, I should have a Nihilings avatar, which I haven't decided whether to just keep myself to make additional on the marketplace. Well, yes, because I would love a one of one, but or the people making it asked, would the Nihilings community, what do you think, would they like one airdrop to all holders? So that might happen too.
Oh, okay. So you're at a crossroad here. I mean, either way, it's kind of like a cool experience and a cool collaboration opportunity. Here on the screen, I have how are they pronounced again? Nihiling? I think I said it right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how I pronounce it.
Nihiling. Like I struggle with the ends sometimes, like, in the front, sometimes, like with Nyan. I think I said it right. Nyan cat, or is whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a noob.
Once you set your mind to it, you call me one existence all the time now.
I know.
And again, it does. My @ on Twitter is what it is, and so it's no big deal to me. But but I did notice that you got it down pat now.
Yeah. So here, I guess it might be a good time to roll for one of the face moons.
Face moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I guess just to kill a couple minutes, just to let the stream catch up and everyone know that we're about to roll. Make sure to like and retweet the room. Bring back the Twitter space habits. I think that's enough time. I'm rolling.
I love it.
Okay, so
again, I've rattled on long enough. They should have had it in by now.
Totally.
Plus, there's another opportunity, right?
Totally. I mean, we had like 14 eligible participants, so that's pretty good.
Okay, good deal.
Our first winner is SRJH. Hey Josh.
Hey, all right.
Right.
I gotta give him a shout out. My first year I considered it the year of networking and exploring art, my artistic side. This year, I told myself I have to go in and learn to build, and SRJH spent a fair amount of his valuable time showing me some things in Blender, and I am so much appreciative of that. And he's not there's been others as well, Pepe God, Lovely 17. So thank you SR.
Oh my
I'm glad you're one of the winners.
I'm always saying it, like anytime this man's name is brought up, which it kind of almost to this point feels like it's every week, and I love it. Like the amount of growth that Josh has like shown within the space, just you know, starting by like just hanging out in the space and picking up Blender for the first time to like now he's like, hey, I've been working on something, and he shows it to me, and it's like the dopest shit. And, you know, like
Nice.
I was right before the show, I was actually like sitting with him, and I'm like, dude, what you're working on now is one of those things that like you could like NFT it and then like name your price, and I would be one of those people that would be like forever trying to save the money to get it, because like it's like a take my money scenario. It's so good.
Yeah, I remember his. We took a tour of his world. Was it through the DAO, I think, or something? Somebody. We went on a world trip, and he had the underwater world.
Underwater world, I'm trying to think.
I believe so. With the whales.
It's funny because I think he's working on a whale right now. Wait,
Oh, really?
okay, I think now, yes, I do remember now. I was like,
I'm pretty sure it's him. I'll kick myself if it was somebody else, but I swear it was him.
alrighty, so Josh dropped us the wallet addy. I'm gonna drop it in our chat on Discord
Thank you.
so that you can have that.
Thank you. And I'll send them off before the end of the night.
So I don't know if you noticed, but you now have a new holder of the hoodie.
Nice. Thank you.
I have to find it in my long list. What is it again? Is it a common or is it a legendary?
It's 1,000, I think.
1,000. Okay. I think.
Because yeah, I didn't want to limit it. I didn't want to limit it. Not that one. That one's community. It had to be available to the community.
I love it.
Well, I've donated several to the Giving Tree.
Oh man, such a long list of wearables. They have to make it easier.
I check every few days to see what's new. So, a wearable I wanted to have created, but it's way beyond my price range. So you wearable creators out there, we have the Humpties. What else has there been? I don't know. I don't remember, but we had the Humpties. We need some goats.
Sorry to cut you off, but I see Poutine says first to drop wallet address gets a free 1Existence hoodie from me. So just
sweet.
Just dropping that, and there goes Illusions dropping that addy. Wait, is this it?
And it changes color with your hair. I highly recommend you go buy the unicycle.
The unicycle.
Because it's RGB2, and you can be virtually the same color all over the place.
So how does...
And it's got a glow to it. And it's a unicycle. I mean, how many unicycles do you see?
like is the avatar literally like riding on it? Like it's...
Yeah. Well, the feet still kind of move, but yeah, it for the most part it's kind of like riding a unicycle. So, which was I forget who it was, but that was somebody who came through through my wearable Wednesdays, and it was right about the time that my hoodie was coming out, so I had to grab it.
What was that, like kind of like the first combination you made of the hoodie?
I think so. My first kind of matching wearable type thing to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
The first look that you like had set up for the hoodie.
Yep.
Okay.
My iconic, I guess my starting persona or avatar came within a week of me starting with the interviews. Somebody sent me to my wallet a shirt with a microphone attached, that so it looks like you're holding a microphone when when you're wearing the shirt. And I was like, oh my God, that is so freaking cool. I mean, I'm interviewing people. Yay! Yes, that's awesome. And and I miss him. Alpha Angels. I'm sure he's around here somewhere, but Alpha Angels sent that to me.
I see him lurking.
And
I seen him lurking.
so, and I shout out to Mr. Dingia, who is the first person I met in Decentraland, and he sent me his wearable. So
Was it the tracksuit?
it was the original tracksuit. He has a second one now.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, big shout out to Mr. D. He like early on, he was also one of those like that had like sent me a bunch of wearables, tracksuits, just so I could spread the love and give them away to community members. He used to hang out with me quite a bit, like because I was a bit of a night owl. I kind of still am, but not as intense anymore. So his mornings would be perfect.
Nice. Yeah, he's got a Monday thing going on now too.
Yes.
On Mondaying or something.
Yes,
Hung out there one time.
I like the idea of those events, or not the idea. I like those events because they serve the earlier crowd here in Decentraland. I believe they're like at 2 p.m. They start at 2 p.m. my time. So like
Yeah,
that's perfect because like in UTC we're looking at 6 p.m. Like people are just got out of work or looking to unwind, and now they have like something to at least look forward to in on a Monday.
and yeah, that's something. Well, I'm surprised they're not creating their own.
Their own what?
But I know it's been it's been requested not to, I don't know. I've heard people requested the ABC Decentraland tour if they could do a second one for the European people, which would I think we need a few of those.
I feel like I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I was done with that. So.
I feel like the movement is slowly coming. Like for example, if you look to my screen on the right, I see a gentleman named Kenji. Like for example, this morning, Monday morning, I think for me it was 9 a.m. He had a Twitter space going that him and Kay were hosting, Japanese Twitter space, and it said Decentraland, and kind of like I was listening to them a bit, and just showing my love as much as I can.
You want to hear something funny?
What's that?
What funny to me? I mean, this has been
You were
happening
there. You were there this morning, actually.
So many coincidences. I think I saw it from Jedi Metatron had posted that Twitter space, and yes, I went in, and they were on their way to closing out. So, but I did stop in to check them out. So hopefully one day I'll catch them.
Looks like on the 29th, 5/29, CK says that they're gonna have an earlier ABC, so on 5/29 at 4 p.m. Eastern. So that's cool. That's cool. Now the European crowd can catch ABC tours without it getting a little too late for them. What is the 29th? Cool. Is that a Monday still? Oh, that is a Monday.
I think, yeah, Memorial Day.
So I guess I'll ask back the question to CK and Billy. Like, is ABC gonna do kind of like a double header, like an early version, and then at 8 p.m. Eastern again start another ABC, or is just like trying out what works better, whether the earlier time or the later time, and kind of spreading it out? What are your thoughts? Now I'm interviewing them.
Well, speaking of which, Billy has a series of questions that he agreed, which again is still no rush because I started doing some interviews and writing up. I hate the word newsletter, but that's kind of what it is. And my first one, I did an interview with the Nylings, and I invited. I'm sure most people know who Jared is. If he, because I know
Hey,
he's a
Jared.
good writer. He wants to write
Such a
some
good writer.
things, um, and I'm not. He's free to write what he wants. I told him as long as it's not anything bigotry or homophobic or too much curse words. I have no intentions of any kind of censorship. And I did mention too that I've never noticed any of that in his writing anyway. I just know he's passionate, and
I hope he's nice to me.
got to stay on his good side.
Exactly.
I believe if it's there can be rational conversations even between some of the most stubborn people. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I have some articles for this week already. So I'm kind of doing it like every two weeks. So they got some time. Virtual Dan, if you're out there listening too, remember you have some questions to answer. And tomorrow morning, the CBD, instead of me writing an article on them, has agreed to a live interview, a sort of reversal tomorrow, 8 a.m. Sorry, had to plug that.
Of course,
in
no.
the CBD Discord. So I hope everyone can join us for that too.
Yeah. Anyone that is up, just feel free to join us in the CBD Discord. It'll be in the interview channel. I do have it posted as an event on the Discord. So yeah, anyone's welcome to join. Is it going to be like a open interview where like the guests can come, or like anyone else can come in and ask questions as well, or?
You have to suffer through my interrogation first. And then as long as you guys are okay with it, yeah, we welcome it's community. It's the community. It's for the community. It's community building. Let's talk about community building.
Yeah. So
it's a what did I call it? Retrospective over the past year and contemplation of what's to come.
So yeah, I would kind of like to hear a little more on that. The overall project. It's called the Metaverse Chronicles, I believe.
Yes, that's the name I came up with.
There it is.
And it's Decentraland and beyond, because I like to, I say Metatrack the metaverse. I check out the different platforms. I have a list of almost 70 now. Not all are visitable, but many of them are. And check them out, and I'd meet some people from there. Crypto voxels. I've been talking with someone, Elated Pixel, I think is their main name, but it's at Crypto or Voxel Living, who creates in voxels, and actually stopped by to saw them yesterday to check out their stuff. So yeah, that's why I call it Decentraland and beyond. And I put in some events that are coming up. I wanted to include events that are in different metaverse platforms, and I'm some of what I'm trying to do is I try to highlight specifically in my interviews and the events and stuff that I post are ones that may not be as popular as some of the others. Try to give them. So
I love it.
One that comes to my mind, it may be more popular than I think it is, but DJ Rosa and the Unity crew.
Yes.
On
Please.
Saturday.
Yes, they need they need love, because they've been going. They just, like, it's one of those events that just keeps going every week. It's there, but it seems like not many individuals know about them. So yeah, that.
Well, and how I met them. You're gonna have to stop me here soon, I guess. It looks like, but I met them. I met them on my Welcome to Decentraland journey, where I was getting with people from the community to translate a welcome to Decentraland in a foreign language, and we take ourselves the selfies somewhere. And I tried to mix that up and diversify that. And just one day, I came across this group of people that I had none of the names I recognized, and they weren't awful chatty, but they did talk. One of them did talk a little bit, and I just thought they were a cool group. And I think it's cool that they're doing their thing, but I would love to give them some exposure if they'd like it, and
Yeah.
anybody too, like Mary Shark and Face Moons.
Oh my God, yes.
Get yourself a Face Moon. I got one more to give away too, by the way.
I guess it would be a good time to kind of get ready to give away the second one. As kind of I give a few minutes for people to type in chat just to make sure they're in the giveaway. I'll bring it back to kind of when we asked the question to CK and Billy T Coin. CK said yes, they're doing a double header on Monday. They're gonna do something at 4 p.m. Eastern and then come back at 8 p.m. Eastern for some more Billy T-ness, whatever it may be.
Nice.
So that is awesome. Billy did assure me that he'll be raiding me after, so I don't have to worry about a thing. Thank God, Billy, you're my guardian angel.
He's probably gonna be beat.
He won't be able to raid me any quicker by the time it's finished. And so yeah.
Well, if you guys need places to visit, you know who to call on. I've got pictures of some of the craziest places I've ever seen.
Oh, so ABC crew,
I still love to go on my own adventures. So.
All right.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No worries. Okay, so we have about 12 eligible participants. Let's go. Let's roll.
All right.
For the second phase.
I want to shout out Making an NFT. He's co-hosting with me Wednesday on an event. So.
Oh, nice. Just feel free to say it. What event will you be co-hosting?
The Beat Trekkers Season 2 starts Wednesday at 6 p.m. with the pre-event at Meta Trekkers, then Decentral Games, and then Lady Love with an after event. And Making an NFT is gonna dive in with me as the host of the thing. He's going down that rabbit hole with me, so hopefully we survive.
Hopefully we survive. Oh, I'm sure everything will be good. Let's see. Our second winner is Rustan. I did drop the wallet address in our chat. Nice. So Rustan is going to be a Face Moon holder. He will be part of the elite Mary Shark. What is a pack of sharks? Is it like a swarm? Is it what do you call multiple sharks?
That one I don't know. We had a conversation, I think, in the CBD recently about a murder of crows.
A murder of sharks. Oh, that kind of sounds like double scary.
That would sound good.
Let's call it a murder of sharks. You get to be part of the Mary Shark Murder Shark. Ooh. Whoa, intense. So with season 2 kicking off of Beat Trekkers, are there any new performers that you're very excited to see perform? Who are you bullish on?
I haven't read up on them all, but the way it's gonna go is crazy to me, unique. It's two against two DJs. They first of all need to coordinate and play off each other, but then they need to play even better than the next two that they're battling.
Okay, I see. So in a way, it's like both a collaborative effort, and then there's like a time to all right, time to go. Nice.
Well, no, it's a collaboration between two against
against the other
two are gonna win. I don't know. I don't think we ended up pitting them against each other at the end. I think that's a little too much.
I can only imagine the
I
collaborations.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it in an evil laugh sort of way, but no. You know, some people have an opinion about competition, but I think a little competition is good. All the DJs from last year and the way it's looking this year, they're in it for fun. They're in it for the exposure, and I hope people will latch onto some of them and let them perform at other locations too. So there's 6 events. Is it 12? No, I can't do math.
I
2, 4. So it's 6 weeks, 2 against 2. That's 4. So 24 new DJ. Well, not all of them are new. Meta DJ, Mr. Bones. People probably know them, but I think all the rest are pretty much completely new. Some of them not. Yeah, well, a lot of them not even the metaverse. One of my guest hosts goes by Laying Paint. I met him in Twitter Spaces, and he came into the Decentraland, the metaverse, for the very first time just the other day. And I don't get to do that very often. I mean, I've told some people some things, and I know they've gone in, but they didn't reach out to me asking me to help or can you meet me. But with him, I had the opportunity to come in. He got himself there. And which I understand, doing it yourself. But I got to come in the day that he finally got to his first day, and it felt pretty cool. I mean, it's not like I'm proud or it's because of me, but just to experience it with somebody again is pretty amazing. So, and then I showered him with a bunch of free wearables.
Then he got a bunch of free wearables. Now he's roaming the metaverse looking drippy as fuck.
That's right.
So crap, I had a follow-up question, but you know me with my toasty brain, sometimes I get a little too toasty, and
That's all right. I've been talking, so I've had fun. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you.
I'm happy that you're here, and this is like our opportunity to kind of like have a deeper conversation in a way. Like we're always talking like speaking within groups or stuff. Like we really haven't had that one-on-one experience before.
Exactly. So, and I like that.
So
I'll talk about anything.
So
you can ask me anything. The worst thing I'll say is no.
The worst thing I say is no. I love it. You know what? I spent most of my young adult dating life with that philosophy. The worst they can say is no. Anyway, let's go to one of my go-to questions since I'm freaking fried over here. What was one thing that led you to want to invest so much time like in Decentraland here with us, with the community?
It was what I felt when I my first night of hosting. It was an incredible group of people, and I just kept meeting more and more incredible people. I will admit, slightly envious in some cases because they making things that I couldn't make. But I loved it. If I couldn't do it, at least I could be a part of it in some way. Meeting them and finding out their inspirations and what drove them. Is it, and I loved it. I don't own land in Decentraland. I did get a name. I did purchase my name, so I do have a world.
You own a world. Let's go.
I do. I have a Mr. Dingia gallery in my world. And so I consider it my home. I still like to go on vacation, as I call it, to different countries, different metaverse platforms, however. And like the invention of the airplane, the traveling to each is getting quicker and quicker, and eventually it's going to be seamless.
Yeah, eventually it will be seamless.
Yes.
Perhaps my hopes is like so seamless, like as seamless as Hyperfi portals. Like you just walk right through.
Yes. and there's no 5 seconds of loading.
Yep. So okay, here I'm going back to our Twitch chat. Let it catch up, and I think we've gone too far. But bring it back to the group of shark question. It's called a shiver of sharks. Called a shiver.
A shiver.
A group of
I
sharks.
suppose
They
cold
shiver.
water and a bunch of sharks coming at you make you shiver.
And then of course, yeah, I see Sai in the chat. He was the season 1 Beat Trekkers winner, so big shout out to
Yes,
Steve.
yes, Steve Psycho. He's gonna guest perform on one of them as well. So looking forward to seeing him again. His performance is one of them I remember the most too. Decentral Games, and I believe it was against Shark Anthony. And I can't describe it, but I just remember towards the end, he killed it. It was so cool. It was so cool.
What was that? That like second wind where like last
Something
show of the season he just took off and like seen something
you know
never
what?
been
I
done.
think I'm pretty sure there's recording of them somewhere. I'll have to go back and listen because it just something just it felt the sound that he did. It just felt amazing, and I thought, oh my god, I'm pretty sure he's winning. Well, that episode, I didn't know if he would take it all the way to the end, which he did, but yeah. So good job, Steve.
Much love, Steve. So, what is your favorite thing about Decentraland?
I love going around and checking out the different builds. I see some of the craziest things, the most amazing things. If you've never been to the Aetheria area, I believe it's the upper rightish big blue district-y area.
Yep, with the Zetaplex.
You have to walk it because there are builds that will not appear until you are on top of them, literally. That you don't get a lot of the green loading scenes that you do elsewhere. Until you're on top of it, it doesn't appear. And there's some pretty cool, there's some cyberpunk stuff. There's just a lot out there that I think is pretty cool. I came across shout outs, I guess, to Proximus Regent and Judas, who have a build somewhere down south. I came across that is, it's just so cool. And it amazes me that I continue to just keep finding new ones. I mean, it's pretty big, but it's not that big, and there's a lot of empty. But I do continue to find new things, and I take pictures everywhere. I need to do something with them. I don't know what. They might not be great pictures, but they're at least a history of what was where at one time.
Make a collage. You know,
exactly.
You had mentioned Judas. I keep hearing this like a lot, and I totally agree with it. That he is like one of those creators that is so amazing, but for some reason, like he remains under the radar. Like
I don't think so. I don't think much longer. He's making a name for himself. I noticed the very first time I noticed him was when I had the pleasure of, and if you'll remember this, probably, the first time I met Roots, and we went to his build of his chocolate farm. I remember seeing the name Judas somewhere on the build, and I asked him if that's who had made it, and he said yes. And ever since that time, that name keeps coming up.
Yes.
I know they did some mazes too recently, and I do keep hearing his name as well. So
Yeah, right. The
yeah.
talent is surfacing. I love it. So I guess we might even see more of Judas. I hope he's listening, or he will listen to this once he wakes up. I think
He'll get wind of it, I'm sure. Just keep building, keep doing what you do, Judas. That goes for all of you. Keep building.
Okay.
I say we're doing it. You know, somebody was asking or saying something in the Twitch, I think it was ABC earlier, about he wanted our honest opinion about why the metaverse was dead. My reply was, it's kind of hard to say it's dead when it's still building.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that we're building it one avatar, one pixel. I put this out today. I think it was on the interview with you guys too. So one avatar, one pixel, maybe it was one day, something at a time, basically. So it's all coming together.
It's all coming together every day, yeah.
Some people are just impatient.
Yeah, like Canessa likes to say, you know, like the invitations to the party got sent out early. Decentraland was not ready for all
Right.
this, for this influx. And even probably some listeners have heard me say this before and may be sick of me saying it, but like I've watched interviews with the Zuck, and to him, like, you know, he calls building out the metaverse as not a 2-year project or 5-year project. He envisions it as a 10 to 15-year project, and like to build out the metaverse.
At least he said something, I guess, sort of right.
So, I mean, in other words, like, even he wasn't ready.
Oh, that was a realization after his failure, or?
Yes, I believe it was more.
Okay.
Yeah, the interview that
makes sense.
I'm quoting from is like after like the announcement of Meta came out, and yeah.
Well, I remember when he admitted too that it's not any one business or any one entity is going to own the metaverse, run the metaverse either.
Oh, okay. Well, bullish on that.
So, which I feel very strongly that he probably thought that's what he was planning on doing.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, a comment from Illusion, which it makes me so happy to see Illusion here with us tonight. That would be Fluffy Pony in World.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. I've never seen the name before.
Yeah. I believe it's one of those community members that are just coming back. Like, you know, took a break for a while and just coming back in.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, I have been seeing them just attend different events, support as many creators as they can. Just brings such a big smile to me. Illusions, thank you.
I see Kenji out there too.
Kenji is out here. Kenji be out here, like, with his Twitter space. Oh yeah, I never finished telling you, like, well, you were there, but in this morning's Twitter space, I believe Kenji and Kay were like walking around Decentraland, visiting different plots, you know, and showing them off to their community. They were taking pictures and stuff. It was adorable. I wish I could have joined them, but I was on the hunt for coffee while I was listening.
They greeted me. I appreciated that. Excuse me, but they continued as they were.
Mm-hmm.
In I get Japanese, you say. So, which is perfectly cool. I love it. we actually have, I don't know if they know who Kanoko is. He tried very hard working with Japanese community, bringing them in, and he is one. Me and Biometa on a Metatrekkers tour for bringing people in. He was one of them, and he was having some difficulty. And I remember Bio was directing him, and when he got in there, the sound he made was it was amazing. It was so beautiful. It was, it was the sound of awe and wonder and happiness and excitement and everything all at once. I will never forget that. I don't think I will ever get to hear something like that again. But it was, I guess thinking about it, it's kind of funny, but it was amazing. It was so cool to be there at that moment when somebody came in and just
total gas moment.
Something, yes, along that lines. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So I would love it if they hook up or do meet Kanoko, and maybe he can connect them with people he was trying to bring in. So.
Oh man, totally. I mean, it's all about connecting those dots.
I would love to extend if Kenji and who's the other one?
Kenji
or Kay, if you're listening, I would love to contribute some of my my community RGB hoodies for you to give to your the people that come through that are new as well. For you, I did that for Kanoko. I would be more than happy to donate some to you as well.
I'm sure Kenji is around here, like, waiting. Like, yes. So yeah, Kay.
They just need to reach out to me and give me a wallet to send them to, and I'll send them a bunch.
What would be the best way to contact you? Discord, Twitter?
Probably Twitter, or they could probably come. They might be able to come through the CBD Discord.
Yes. Tomorrow morning, 11 p.m. Eastern, or 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yes, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. So, and I forget UTC.
I guess going back to the Metaverse Chronicles, have you done any of these before? Like any of these interviews before?
No.
Oh, so we're the first. Let's go.
let me take that back. So when Tobik started up Unversed, I was blasting. I was putting it out there for everybody. I telling people come join, because it's gonna be a wealth of information about Decentraland, and they were looking for writers, people to write about the community, and I had to write something about something, and again I went back to somebody maybe lesser known, not quite as popular as everyone else, but I chose somebody again who I met through my hosting, who attended many of the events, and I still talk to him, which he actually had me as a guest on his podcast a couple Sundays ago, Coke Smush. Yes, I interviewed Coke Smush, and I wrote something up. It did not meet Tobik's standards.
No, Tobik.
So, I know he's a hard ass, but it's his baby, I guess. So that was my first time, and that one I did with using OBS, and we talked, and then I wrote it up after. But I'm glad it came up, because it reminds me that I can put that in mine. I don't have to worry about that. It doesn't have to be there. I can still use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So I'm gonna be putting that in there, and I'm gonna Alpha. I'm very excited about this issue and who I interviewed. somebody I've looked up to, somebody who I think has a huge job, and he handles it very well. He's got a diverse community that he runs the Discord for, on top of a second Discord. They're very big in the community as well. I think people probably may be guessing at least what community I'm talking about, but I am pleased to announce that my interview will be on Wednesday. You will be able to read my interview with Nick Romano, who is the community manager of the Holy Ones.
Oh, nice. I love Nick. I've actually had him on Beyond the NFT here before. Community
Awesome.
manager for both the Holy Ones and Metaskins, I believe, right? Is that
Well,
the
Games
second
on
one? Or...
Chain.
Games on Chain. Oh, yes.
Games on Chain.
Damn, so it might
But
be...
he's the liaison between the community and Metaskins as well. So you know, he does a lot. He does a lot. I don't know how he has time for it, but well, you'll be able to read a little bit and find out how he does it, how he remains a perfectly sane and wonderful human being.
Oh, can't wait. And you said it will be on Wednesday, the
Wednesday,
release of
yeah.
the article. Okay. And so how about after the interview for CBD and like for the Metaverse Chronicles, what will be who are you thinking about having on for the next article? Is it still kind of like a surprise, or still putting that together?
Well, I did mention again ABC Decentraland. I'm hoping they will, whether it's Billy T Coin or the three of them, if they get together and would answer the questions. I kind of prefer giving them the questions so they can do it at their leisure. I don't always know how comfortable people are with the one-on-one interviews. It's not something I've done much of, but I like I said, I did with Coke, and this is going to help me, I think, tomorrow. Well, and I've done Twitter Spaces, so why couldn't I do it, right? I guess, now that I think about it. So it kind of works with that, and I'm trying to think of who's going to be next. I like highlighting the builders, the creators, but at some point I want to talk to somebody who is just a traveler or a visitor or an audience member, you know. Some people have crossed my mind, and I guess they're not exactly just that anymore. Old guy.
I love old guy.
He's built his place, and he's got some wearables out. A very, 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 very nice suit. I would Sir D-Gen, my partner, my buddy, my rock paper scissors pal. He's a builder. He's a creator. He does even more than I knew about. I remember his diaries. I absolutely love them. They are so funny. I'm so glad to have met him. Sherry Berry has a. I said I would try to do this. Sherry Berry has a dress out, and it looks fantastic. If you see Kronos, I believe he's wearing it.
Oh, Super Nina was wearing it. Earlier, and I was like, "You look great."
Yes, yeah. Whatever hair Kronos has been wearing with those dresses too, it looks pretty good. Way good, actually. Oh, I see Kronos. Yep, he's in the gold now. Looks pretty cool.
Oh, dang it, Peanut Butter. I thought I could sneak up on Peanut Butter and give him the good old hug, but...
Well, watch out for what's their name? Poutine. I'm saying it wrong.
Poutine.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. He's actually one of our listeners.
Did you see their video? They're sneaky. They're very sneaky.
Oh my god, yes. I have been seeing the video. He'll fart on... he's farted on me before.
I loved it.
It's so
funny.
loved
that. It's so funny.
That's definitely something I did enjoy myself, and I think there should be more of this content as well. Like
that was great.
All content.
I love them. So. Let me throw in two real quick. Because I'm excited about this. I don't know how it's going to go, but we can discuss. My proposal, I had two proposals in the DAO that are doing very well, but the one that passed is the DAO hosting a monthly wearable contest where the winner and there were several payment options or reward options. What one was the submission fee. So, and thank you, CK. She said it was kind of along the lines of what Sandstorm does with the builds. So I'd love it to be something like that. But the purpose of it is to hopefully get more people aware and involved in the DAO as far as voting, and hopefully maybe even creating proposals, because it's up to us. It's up to us, every single one of us in Decentraland. It's up to all of us to determine the course of Decentraland. You can't, I'm just going to say it, you can't at some point turn around if something doesn't go right and just blame it on somebody else. You could have done something. So I know nobody wants to get involved in the politics, but I think if people would talk about it reasonably, you know, in a perfectly, we're all adults, humans, realize people do make mistakes. People, you know, there's language and cultural barriers that we have to take into consideration. It's not impossible. It's not impossible that we can come to some agreements on some things and truly direct Decentraland in the right direction and make it. I've heard people say, make it great again. It can be great. It is great. It is great. It can it can be even better. It can be even better. So, but yeah, I wanted to mention that because I really wanted to hear input from some of the creators, what they thought about it. I thought it would incentivize more creation, put more items in the marketplace, which could generate money for the DAO as well. But the main thing is to give creators, I want them recognized as well. And I thought at the very least, the submission fee paid would be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like from the voting, it's got a lot of support. It finished, yeah, the poll finished, and you got some feedback as well.
Yes, a lot of it was from Punk Pink. Odd Job asked some you know, very good questions, and I'm glad he did. People should, if something doesn't make sense, you should ask. I didn't hear back from him. I hope I answered his questions well enough. And I know that's where CK mentioned that something is kind of along the lines of Sandstorm. And I know you specifically mentioned something very important that I put in there as well in the comments is making sure it's voted on in a fair way. So that's what's with it passing, that's what's next, is to decide some of that. So
yeah, with
I would love some help. Yeah, I would love some feedback. I can always write it up. It's hard to get people to comment on a pre-proposal before you put it up for vote. It usually doesn't come until you put it for vote.
Totally. Like, it's like, okay, we're ready to move on and make this a governance or something that will make a change, and then that's when people usually come out. It's like, how about this flaw?
Exactly. And you know, some of them people have tried. They have literally tried to get community feedback beforehand, because you need that in order to write a good proposal that isn't going to waste everybody's time voting. It's either going to be very clear they're against it or very clear that they're for it from out the door, I believe. That's what I believe. But, you know, and I understand why people don't too.
Ooh,
nobody wants to read.
No one. Those are some nice shoes you got there. I'm over here trying to stock your wallet.
Canessa commented on my shoes too. She like they're Colton Rain. and it was a swivel meta world that was stress test hosted by Boca and CJ Trex played, and for attending you got the shoes. There was actually three styles, and I got all three.
Ah, nice, nice. You have shoes that I don't have. I'm so jealous.
All right.
I'm looking in like
Oh,
second market here.
another thing on wearables, we need nice pants. Some really nice, and there's some out there.
See,
Alpha
someone
Go
else
Guy.
is saying it.
What's that?
Someone else is saying it. See, we do
Yeah.
need nice pants.
There's a lot of cool wearables out there, but when it comes to the lower half of a male, there's
Males have donks,
some.
right? Like we got
Yeah,
booties.
that's right. That's right. Hell yeah.
No, so
So,
I need to start a movement of like anti-discrimination against males with booties because it's getting out of hand here.
oh well, I have to joke because my dress wearable kind of was a baby got back originally, but it tightened up a bit and got skimpy, so I like it.
It's I liked it too. I guess last question on that wearable that you just mentioned. What was the thought behind the pricing?
Oh, because it was the year 2023,
Ah, I see, I see.
and it was perfectly reasonable. My hoodie, its starting price, I did raise it. Its starting price was 3.14.
Okay, pie.
Hi, exactly.
And
And so I like to get like to get a little different and weird with that kind of stuff.
of course, of course.
Even though market research will tell you 1099 is for whatever reason will be a better sell than 13.
10.99.
Yeah. You know, 1 penny. People, I guess, that are lured to that kind of thing.
I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it.
Yeah.
So I guess second to last question for you for tonight, because we're about to hit midnight.
Holy cow.
I know, right? Time flies when you're having fun. What is your bird's name?
You know, Odd Job asked me that, and I said I don't have a name for him. I said it would be cool if the ABC Decentraland tour group came up with a name, but
Ooh.
I didn't get anything. So you know what? I am. Ooh, do I have a name? Do I have a name somewhere that I you know, I have.
He looks like a
I
Rufus.
have I have an affinity for the letter J for some reason.
Ooh, okay.
I really couldn't tell you why.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Um,
Ooh,
well, my dog's name was Jada, and yes, named after Jada Pinkett Smith.
Let's go.
What am I looking for? I am looking for
ABC. Can you think of any J names off the top of your head?
well, Jaden. Well, of course, then there's Judas. There's I can think of some I've seen
DK says,
in
I
the
think
world.
I think we liked Frozen. Oh, Fonz. I'm reading from.
Oh, that's you know what? That there. Yep. There we go.
Billy's is funny.
It has to be fine. It has to be Fonz. The Fonz came up this evening. My bird's name is Fonz.
Oh, okay.
See, it was that simple.
Fun.
The name came up in the ABC tour, so that only makes sense.
Eagles Sistance. Billy's suggestion.
That's cool. That's cool.
There's Canessa with Jaeger.
Oh, that's a good one too.
So we have some choices.
Well, we can vote, but I'm kind of I kind of may think it has to be Fonz. It happened on the tour. I like those names. I like Billy.
He's a genius.
If you notice on my hoodie, so I think it's still set for some reason somewhere. It was during the Humpties. I had changed my name to Existential, and I think Existential. Yes. So I think my hoodie, even somewhere on it, somewhere in the description or the who created it or something, it says Existential. I still see it every once in a while, and I have to laugh.
I love
So
it.
I had to have been under that name when I did it.
All right. So I guess Fonz is the name of the bird. I love it.
His name is Fonz.
Hope Fonz has a
Which I was
long.
looking for a Fonz. I was looking for a Fonzie to hit the pizza machine so it would maybe stop validating and send me a pizza.
What 1Existence needs pizza. If anyone can help him out. So final question. What could you leave, or what could you say to a new user? What tips could you give them to a new user trying to get into the platform, trying to understand what we're doing, and kind of like the essence of like what this community is?
Just how do I describe it? Be ready to be challenged and explore parts of you that you've never considered. Does that make sense?
No, totally.
Okay, because like what I mean about that is I've explored in my artistic side that I would tell you that I can't draw a stick person. Lovely 17 kind of challenged me, and it's not great, but I did draw an oyster with a pearl open, and it's on a sandy beach, and people can tell what it is. That to me was success.
Totally.
Just the fact that people could at least tell what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. I love your final message, to tell you the truth. Even I can, resonate with that one and agree with you 100%. Like let's put it through your point of view. Before entering Web3 or hanging out with us degens, did you ever envision yourself being like hosting events, being host of a Twitter space? Just being out in the public eye like that, like that, and that's something that you had to explore within yourself.
I kind of would like to have done it, but yet I was very no. I don't think I don't think I could. I don't think I would, because when I came in here first, I was doing a tagline, and I would say, "Who am I wearable?" And it was a play off of when the celebrities walk the red carpet, and Miss Joan Rivers or whoever nowadays, the first thing they ask, well, so who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? And I thought it would be cool to be doing red carpets and people coming along. So who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? And you'd find out who they're wearing, and you talk to them and that kind of thing. That's kind of something I had envisioned, which made the shirt with the microphone even that much more meaningful to me. So
that
yeah.
So yeah, it's this space is all about like coming out of your comfort zone, push the limits, like see what you can really bring to the table, what can you create. Like I don't know if you like heard me like with my journey into like just hosting shows and doing what I do. It's like I had never imagined myself being able to be in front of 30 to 50 people, you know, just performing a show or interviewing like interesting community members. Like this is like an honor for me. So so yeah, like
It's yes,
to-
it's great. It's great.
totally.
Uh,
So
she, yeah,
before
Canessa, I know Canessa has kind of said the same thing. She has broken out of her shell, and um, so that's a little foreshadow of tomorrow. I'm not gonna touch too much on that part of it because I know people have heard it. I want to dive in, see what you guys got going, what you've done, how far you guys have came.
dive into the nitty gritty. Hey,
That's right.
Canessa, get ready. One Existence told me right before this call that he's going to ask us all the hard questions.
I don't. I think they will be very easy for you because it's just natural.
It's our story, like, you know, no one can
That's
tell
right.
our story better than us.
That's right. That's right.
I'm quite excited. Like like thank you once again for, you know, considering this. And I hope that even some people do show up. I know it's a little early, but
I'm
we
pretty sure they.
we kind of had to do it a little early because we want to dedicate the rest of the day to fafoing, get ready for the Saturday's event.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
Uh,
Well, you guys have a big draw on Wednesday. I'm sure you'll have people in tomorrow.
Totally. So yeah, One Existence. Any final thoughts before we close out?
Just keep creating, keep building. What I my main thing to say after every episode of whatever it is I do is just be safe, be well, and be you.
Beautiful, and thank you, One Existence, for joining me tonight. It's been an awesome episode. I'm happy that we did this.
Thank you. Thank you. I had fun. It was I not as nervous as I had thought I was gonna be. And shout out to Brandon because if you didn't notice, I have a stick man. My stick man's on Discord.
Brandon 10 Wisher Vodka.
There's Wisher Vodka.
Yeah, let's bring Mr. Stickman back in the picture here. I think it's this one. Oh no, not that one. That was music. This one.
Where is he?
Here it is. There he is.
Where is he?
See him in the bottom left of the screen. Had to make a few adjustments.
There we go.
There he is. Oh, he's waving. He's pointing. Let's go. He's pretty cool. Yes, big shout out to Brandon. Once again, like for the millionth time, Brandon 10, Wisher Vodka. Last night actually at after Mo Beats on Stoney's Land, we had a whole bunch of stickmen, people just vibing, doing the line kick dance thing.
Well, mine's doing the Macarena. I'm sorry, Miss. I need to catch a Stony. I've tried a couple times, and it's no fault of his at all. The experience hasn't. It was before. It was a bad computer. I don't remember what is the last couple of times, but
Is it the
I got a better
stairs?
computer.
Is it?
I couldn't figure out how to get it. It was at his place, I think, and I couldn't figure out how to get in.
Okay.
Or it wouldn't let me in or something.
Okay, so here's the tip. If you can't, if like you log in and first you're gonna log in inside the building, just make sure to like go to like the west wall and you will be able to walk through it. Then the second thing is like sometimes the stairs are gone, so you can't get up. So what you have to do is run away, despawn the building, and run back, and hope for the stairs to be back. If not,
So that
rinse
his,
and repeat.
so his place is the tricky one to get in.
Yes, only because of the
That's
ghost
funny. So
stairs.
it's good to know that I'm not the only one.
Oh
So
my.
he's apologized to me, but he doesn't need to. But because I kind of found it funny, but I haven't got to see him for a while. So
We'll get you in there next episode. I believe his
all
next show
right,
might be on the 4th, so like let's keep an eye out and try to
all right,
coordinate
all right.
you up there.
But and I know he's out here in my area, so I'd love to catch them IRL sometime.
Oh my God, if I hear, I mean, like, all I've heard about the Stony fam is like, that's a vibe. You gotta meet the Stony fam.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you so much, 1Existence, for being on the show tonight. Really appreciate your valuable time, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early.
All right. And you sent me those wallets, right? The wallets for the face moons. I can't hear you.
Hmm? Oh,
Did you sent me the wallets, right?
yes, I did.
Okay. And I guess if you still talk to your to the audience, if you want to give away address, I'm happy to do that.
Okay,
Up
cool.
to you.
Cool.
All
We'll
right, thank you, Sinful. I will talk to you in the morning. You probably want to get sleep.
I will get it one way or another. But yes, thank you. And yeah, I'll roll for that dress right now, and I'll send you the address. Here, I'll even keep you on mic so you can. Oh, we lost him. He dropped out. Alrighty, so we're gonna roll for one of 1Existence dresses. Let's see. Wait, why does it say? Oh, here it is. We're going for an Ocean's Moonlight. Oh, I hear an owl outside. All right. Let's get ready. We have 7 eligible contestants. Good luck, everyone. XOXO Illusions, congratulations. You have won yourself a dress. Me. So, Illusions just dropped the wallet address in chat. And, yeah, I would like to thank our sponsors for tonight. Thank you so much for... Ooh, wrong screen. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for, spending your Monday evenings here at the DollHouse with us for another episode of Beyond the NFT. I would like to thank our sponsors up at the top, Meta One Designs, Songbird Collective, Vox Boards, Dr. Drip, and of course, our host venue, our host here at the Dollhouse, the Baby Dolls. Thank you so much, Tank Boko, M, Father Finn. Oh, there's the address. Father Finn, Fermion, JK. Man, I'm missing one. Did I say Siren? No. Well, she's not Siren tonight. She is Cheesecake. And I just ruined the entire experience. Thank you for the wallet address. And yeah, I guess I can start raiding over to the next streamer. I do see that Wekasui is playing some music. I'll throw the vote up for the chat on Twitch. Would you like to see Wekasui? Hey, what's